Here we are, in the midst of the apocalypse, in the dark, in the rain. So good to see you again. Let us begin. The cascade of talent that has decided to abandon the concert from hell. The list of artists that were performing for the 250th anniversary or the Death of America tour. Celebration. Many of the artists obviously see Donnie as death to whatever is left of their career. Just as the Kennedy Center is now empty, no one wants Donnie's name on them. Anyone who's sane anyway. He is a fucking pariah. So it began with this. This is the first thing I saw. Mr. Young MC. And when I saw the list, I thought to myself, son, why would any black artist perform for this Reich? But, you know, there are turncoats. I expect that. For money, of course. And it was a chance for some more dated artists to perform and get a paycheck, I'm sure. That's if you can get your check from the Reich and they don't stiff you. This is Donnie shitbags we are talking about. So Mr. Young MC has bowed out. Let's read what he has to say. And he was like the first. I have informed my agents that I will not be performing at the Freedom 250 event. That's in all caps. The artists were never told about any political involvement with the event, and despite the claims by the organizers that the event is nonpartisan, Spin Magazine describes it as Trump-backed. That's a quote. I hope to perform in D.C. in the near future at an event that is not so politically charged. Also known as Donnie's a fucking pariah and a racist, and I don't want my name or act anywhere near him. Yet another idea that obviously came directly from the Antichrist or Antichristo, if you will. Donnie's scowl on a $250 bill. What better way to celebrate dying America, the end of America, with a $250 bill, while we have $5 a gallon gas, and no one can afford their rent or mortgage or car payment, and everything's a scam, and we're being liquidated before our very eyes. 250 years worth of building is being siphoned, stolen, leached by your goddamn Antichrist. Cunts. So why not celebrate the decadence of the greed is good generation? By a $250 bill none of us can afford to even have in our pocket. How many of us have an extra $250 lying around? Not many. Thanks to this cunt. Not that it wasn't expensive before him, but now, my God. The Trump admin is working to create a $250 bill with Trump's face on it. This is what it'll look like. It has Donnie's fucking scowl. This is ridiculous. I mean, what a joke. This is perfect. This encapsulates the whole end of it all, man. The empire. Dead. $250 bill with him scowling on it. And this is what, the fourth or fifth currency Donnie wants his face on? He wanted his signature on other bills. You know, for the celebration. He won't leave it there. Cunts. It's not like he's the Antichrist or anything and he wants to rule the world. He said he runs the world, actually. He said that out loud to the Atlantic magazine. On coins, signature on bills, now his face on bills. We already saw a template for a commemorative bill for the 250th anniversary. Now it's a $250 bill. Nah, this isn't the road to his face on all currency and us forced to use it, is it? It's not too fucking obvious, is it? You don't need to be a biblical scholar, son. It's right in your fucking face. Like the ninth currency he wants his image or face on. Let alone the digital one he created before he even took office. You know, the assassination attempt, another one. That one. Trump appointees push 250 banknote with his portrait. No one just pushed that. That's Donnie's idea. We never had these types of things before Donnie came the fuck along. That tells me all I need to know about where it came from. Despite the lies they always telling me. The printing director who resisted the effort said she was reassigned last month. The buck stopped here, she wrote in her goodbye. Now they moving people out the way that have a problem with Donnie's $250 Antichrist bill. Fucking kidding me? Again, it just ain't new. That's the sad part. He's already wanted his... There's already designs. There's already currency coming out with his fucking face on it and signature. No, he's not a psycho. He don't want to take over the world. He wants his face on Rushmore. He wants to be the Pope. He wants the crown of Christ. He depicted himself as Christ and as the Pope. Made the White House do it too. Wants his face on 9 different currencies. Wants to be the leader of fucking Venezuela or whoever the fuck. Wants to be a leader of Israel. Says he runs the world. You cunts know how to pick them, son. Holy fucking shit. You picked the wrong card this time. Gonna come back and bite everybody, and I mean every fucking body in the ass. That's the point of this thing. That no one can escape it. California will impose a 100% tax on payments distributed from Trump's Jan 6 slush fund. Yeah, the payoff of your money to the tune of over $1 billion, and that won't end there. No one will stop Donnie dipping his hand in the treasury. No one has. So California and New York said, okay, if one of our citizens, that lives in our state, if they get that payout, that stolen money from taxpayers, we're taking all of it. Good. I don't care. You're fucking traitors to your nation. Should be in fucking prison, not getting checks. The officers you beat up that would round my ass up under orders any day of the week, I'm still going to defend them. They should be getting a payout, cunts. Not you fucking traitors. So if California takes it back from you, whatever. I don't give a fuck. If New York takes it back from, fuck you. You're a goddamn traitor. Every one of you. And you were there for a con man. A bunch of you went to fucking prison, served your sentences, and then Donnie comes along and gives you a pardon after the fucking fact. A lot of fucking good that is. Unbelievable. So I don't give a fuck if the money gets confiscated by the government. You stole it from the government anyway. You're a fucking traitor. The officers that got their ass beat, the one that died the next day, his family should be getting a payoff. Not you cunts. New reporting reveals the Trump admin has used $67 million of national parks entrance fees to fund Trump's vanity projects. This includes the painting of the reflecting pool, which he doled out to a MAGA contractor for $7 million, because he got a nice kickback on that. Of course, Donnie always does, son. Every time. Every purchase, every construction project, every grift, son. New grift here. Right in your fucking face. 67 mazillion, son. That's your money. That's government money that he just snatched for whatever the fuck he wants. How's the farm doing? How's your rent looking? How's your car payment looking? How's your mortgage looking? How's your kid's college fund? How much you got to spend a day to get through the day, every day? How much is your car insurance? How's that going? Your car payment? Your cell phone bill? Your student loans? Your credit card bill? How your credit card's looking? This cunt's stealing 67 million more of your fucking money, government money, that should be in your pocket, not his, honestly. To remake DC in his image. He don't give a fuck what the Freemasons tried to do there. He gonna desecrate that too. Yet another grift. Almost what is this? Almost 100 million, 70 million. No marks like the American mark. You prove it to me every day, son. George Washington declined to be featured on currency when he was living, fearing it would be reminiscent of a monarch. Yeah, the founding fathers, they really didn't like the idea of a king. They were really pissed off with that concept. Even though they eventually always planned on turning it into a fascist thing, and they did it in roundabout ways in their, I guess you could call it legislation. It got woven into that. Because they were all Freemasons, son. They had a plan for the world. Even though they wanted their freedom temporarily. In a democratic style of government. They were that disgusted with dictatorship. Freemasons were that disgusted with dictatorship. Do you understand how disgusted, what level of disgust I'm talking about? Because they always dreamed of turning the world into something called the New World Order. Novus Ordo Seclorum, all that shit. It goes so far back. And different incarnations of Freemasons or whatever, elite peoples that get in those circles, they try and be to one. But at that point in history, those Freemasons were so fucking disgusted with the thought of being ruled by one man that they said, let's do democracy for a minute. Even though they always really plan this right now. What's happening right now? A global king. Meritocracy. European white rules. This is where they always intended to take it. But one more time, at that moment in history, they were fucking disgusted with that king and the idea of a king. What they would have done with Donnie, son, you don't even want to know. Congress in 1866 passed the Thayer Amendment, which stated no portrait or likeness of any living person shall be engraved or placed upon any of the bonds, securities, notes, or postal currency of the United States. That's how disgusted they were with the thought of monarchy, dictatorship, kingship, and almost pseudo-worship of the leader. They did not want that. They were tired of it. Even though, again, they were Freemasons. Every single one, son. Not a Christian amongst them. And it's obvious, and Washington, again, the Jesus of Freemasonry. They made, again, his symbol the obelisk, right in D.C., right in front of the White House. That's an almost deification of a man by a cult called the Freemasons. who worship the devil. Very simply put, because I don't have a lot of time. And they know it. Washington wasn't no low-level Freemason, son. Son, they assigned the obelisk to George fucking Washington. This very powerful group of people. This very powerful cult of the devil. That's what reverence they have for him. Maybe because the founding of that nation led to their ultimate goal, the New World Order. A Freemasonic idea that's on our money, the symbols, ancient Egypt. It all goes back to Satan, every single inch of it. And in this, I guess you could call it satanic cult, George Washington being a member, they had such reverence for him. They basically made him the Jesus of Freemasonry. And they assigned their most precious symbol to him. That symbol, son, is in graveyards all over the place, on buildings everywhere. All goes back to ancient Egypt. All satanic. One of their most important, if not the most important symbol that they have reverence for. My God, they have reverence for these symbols. They put them everywhere. It means something to them. It don't mean jack fuck to me. I'm not talking about it because it's fun. It's their belief. It's their cult. It's their religion. And it's fucking serious because they run the fucking world, son. I don't care what other group you mention. They can fuck off and die. The Freemasons, son. They rule. And everybody knows it. That's why we here right now where we at. That's why George Bush Sr. tried to do it too. It's almost like they had a plan of build it up to this global superpower status. And then shift it to this. And I really wonder if that plan went all the way back to that time. It's been on our money for a long time. In the architecture of the capital of our country and all over the country. My God. Then the plan on our money, New World Order, stated plainly right in our face. And then the symbols. And then the George Bush Sr. speech. And then where we're at now. On the edge of that global rule, that global king. That's where all this is going. Freemasonic idea. So did those founding fathers? I assume they did. That was their goal as well. Yet they wanted the democracy experiment. For them, of course, not the darker-skinned peoples. They got enslaved. So they didn't believe in it that much. So what it really come down to, hatred for a king. They were just fucking sick of it, even though they were Satanists themselves. All led us here to this moment, and I bet you they had this idea in mind. But they needed that democracy layer, and they were that just, again, fucking disgusted with the thought of a king and dealing with that. So yeah, we have congressional legislation that says, yeah, no one living gets their face on money and all that. We don't do that. Rushmore, we don't do that. That's king stuff. That's dictator stuff. The founding fathers did not want that. This country is based on the opposite of that. So Donnie's violating that because he's that sick. He's that Adolf Hitler. He's one of those people, son. I know you people out there in this modern world, you don't think they exist. I know they exist. They've never left. They've always been here. People that want to take over the fucking world. Those really sick fucks like Adolf Hitler. They exist every day. They're walking around all over the place. Some of them go for it. And some of them don't stop until they get there. We in that place right now. This sick fuck wants to be God, let alone run the world, son. Rendered himself as Christ, first the Pope. There's one more step left in that process, son. Claiming the throne of God the Father, that's the next step in the process. Only one left. It seems to mean something to him. Definitely means something to his daddy, the imp. We got that sick fuck, man. You better brace yourself fucking for it. Many have fallen already. You just haven't experienced it yet. Don't worry, you will. Every one of us will. The point of this experiment, the moral of this incident, is no one can escape it. That's the point of this exercise. So even though Congress passed that, even though we're a country that's literally founded on the opposite principle of we don't deify our leaders, kingify them, we don't put monuments up to them, put them on Rushmore, put them on money while they're alive, that's icky, that's cringe, that's dictator shit, that's Xi shit, that's Vlad shit, that's Kim Jong shit, that's Caesar shit, that's kingship and godship. That's deification. We don't want that. Donnie doing it anyway. One of the descriptions of the Antichrist, or the impression I got reading the various descriptions of him in various parts of the Bible, defying norms, changing traditions, just altering them utterly out of nowhere. Very offensive to people. Donnie does that all day. And he did it from second fucking one. No, I'm not going to spend all night citing the examples again. Think back how many things he's changed. Traditional things. Things that were the norm. That's the sense. Again, another criteria, a sense I got from the various descriptions of the Antichrist, the specific person that would be. Donnie fits that perfectly. You know, like defying the norm of putting your face while you're president and alive on our money or on Rushmore, or putting gold statues of yourself up. Stuff like that. That's the short list. Gavin Newsom has a breakdown for this week. This week alone, DOJ opens an investigation into the woman Trump raped. The White House is caught steering $620 million contract to Don Jr.'s firm. That's just this week, son. We have minutely grift in the billions and millions, most of it involving your money, of course. Where else would they steal from but your dumb fucking ass? The Pentagon hands out a $10 billion contract after Trump buys stock in the company. One of 1,000 grifts. Foreign governments are caught funneling hundreds of millions into a random JP Morgan account tied to Trump's Board of Peace with no oversight. It's just Thursday. Yeah, son. Who have you ever seen grift on this pace? It's astounding. He gotta be the Antichrist, doesn't he? I mean, that's a week, son. That's not even a full week, son. Does you hear me? The corruption isn't hidden anymore. It's happening out in the open. When was that ever hidden with Donnie? But now it's just on steroids and Satan. My God, like I always describe it. On another level, just like I'm going to come to your front door, steal your watch right off the dresser in front of you, walk out, and you ain't going to do shit. That's where we at, son. And that's why I've been yelling for 10 years, and that's why I was yelling before this election. The pure... I am literally stunned. Even though I know Donnie, I seen the grift. That's not even a full week of grifting. And we talking billions of dollars within those grifts. Most of it your money, of course, son. Always. Every sentence should end with your money. Those 3 words. Because that's what level mark you is. Let's take a break for a moment. Again, when you put it in writing, and that's a fraction of the grifts this week, son, that he's invented and is actively, participating in. Not to mention he has the White House and the whole property looking like white trash weekend. The man is ruin, chaos, grift, lie. I mean, just nothing redeeming, son. This has to be supernatural, right? It has to be. No one could really see something good in this. Okay. All right, where the fuck was I? Oh yeah, the Board of Peace money is nowhere to be found. It's in some other account. It's not supposed to be in. You know, just another grift for billions of dollars. Young MC and Morris Day and The Time are out. How many more will drop out? So Morris Day and The Time have also declined to perform. I didn't even know they were performing. And here's the new Epstein Donnie 250. Check it out. Better reflection of reality. I think we should go with this one. What do you think, Donnie? Your best friend, son. Let's go with this one. I approve of this one. Haggard Brooke Rollins giving a speech, openly preaching the gospel of Satan. Or openly preaching Satan. That is MAGA. That's been the right-wing grift machine since it was born. Now we are in the maximum expression of it, which is Nazism and Satanism. Since you preach in Satan anyway, son, Haggard Brooke Rollins is. And just because she words it in a Southern Belle style way doesn't make it any goddamn less evil. As we've moved about 4 million off of SNAP, you mean taking food out of poor people's mouths? You didn't move anybody anywhere. You stole the fucking food out of their mouths, you cunt of Satan. Haggard cunt of Satan. Openly preaching Satan. I wonder how many of you out there would defend this and preach Satan as well. I don't care why. I don't care what your justification or talking points are. I'm way too goddamn smart for that, son. I'm here to tell you it's fucking over. I might as well be deaf. We don't have the exact data of how much of that is fraud. Donnie's an adjudicated fraud, you hypocrite cunt liars of Satan. Adjudicated, son. That's a judge with a goddamn gavel, in case you rubes don't understand that word. How much of that is people moving into the American dream and off of welfare? You mean the welfare you stole from them? The poorest people in this fucking country, you fucking hag of Satan. Unbelievable. Someone commented today, of course, no picture, no real identity, probably a bot or God knows fucking who. Just preaching Satan. If it's a bot, a human sent that bot to preach Satan. They just as responsible. Probably wasn't. Just someone ashamed to show their face. Preaching that gospel. They don't mind writing it though. Then all them homeless that just disappeared from DC, they were all drug addicts. They weren't homeless. No, they were homeless. And you're not psychic. Even though you're trying to be. And you're trying to justify Satan by lumping every single homeless person in DC as a drug addict. Funny you mentioned drug addict as your, I don't know, reason to throw these people in the garbage. And that will cost you, son. I don't have time to explain it to you. No one should have to. But it will. Don't worry. Donnie's a drug addict. Leon's a drug addict. Cocaine Carp's a drug addict. Thale's a drug addict. Don Jr.'s a drug addict. Did coke right on camera, son. I could do this all goddamn night. So if drug addicts is a problem, we can just throw them in the garbage. Gotta throw half the government in the garbage, all your people mostly. Kosh Patel, another one, sniffling every interview, because you know why, son. Drunk on the job, breach teams and shit. You people are goddamn hypocrites. And most people on fucking drugs. And I ain't talking about weed. And your people at the top, my God, they taking everything they can get their fucking hands on. They gacked up every fucking day. Fucking little Marco, too. Back into powder hardcore. Shit's getting to the conscience a little bit. Huh, little Marco? Got to hitting the powder extra. Like back in your college days when you lived in the drug house. With your buddy, the big-time drug dealer. I heard all about it. All of them drug addicts, god damn it. So if we can throw them homeless away because they drug addicts, they scumbags, they worthless in society, let's take all them drug addicts I just named and throw them in the fucking garbage. It's just a way for you to justify Satan. That's how you do it. That's how you eat your dinner with a clear conscience and go to sleep. You people are automatons. Everyone that yells shit like that. Instead of saying, why are they on drugs? Why is this society so hard on people in America? Why do we let so many fall through the cracks? Why does it cost so fucking much? Why is everything a scam? Maybe we should take some of that money we use for war or give to fucking Exxon or whatever corporation, and we should house these people. And I'm not talking about a goddamn concentration camp like you scumbags want them in, that are destined to burn. No, that doesn't sound like a good idea, but you go to church on Sunday, son. I thought you was of Christ, no? Wait till it's your ass in the camp, son. Because some of you going. Haggard, Brooke Rollins openly preaching Satan. That's where MAGA's at now. They openly preach Satan with a Southern Belle accent. And, you know, so it's cool. And it's just politics. Starving the poorest people in America. Starving the poorest people overseas. Plenty of money for bombing girls' schools, though. Always money for that, right, son? $1 billion a day. Cunt idiots of Satan. Talking to you. That's worth it, right? This is Scott Besson. I guess they're running out of people to send to the podium for the press. So they sent Scott Besson today. How long until we see her signature next to President Trump's face on a $250 bill? That's Ducey, the Nepo hire. Besson, right now there is legislation before Congress to allow a living person, Trump, could be on a $250 bill. So it's all in the hands of Capitol Hill. We have prepared in advance. No, Donnie wanted it and you're trying to make it happen. That's simple. Because Donnie's a psycho-sociopath like Adolf Hitler wants to rule the world. Only a person like that would want their face while they're living on currency, on Rushmore, want to be the Pope, render himself as the Pope, render himself as Jesus, bomb girls' schools and then lie about it. Say he's glad Rob Reiner's dead, Bob Mueller's dead, all that great stuff. And my God, that's such a short list. I could go on and on and on and on. Just off the top of my head, that's how many in-our-face abominations take place daily. There's a lot of people talking about the weaponization fund. What is the process for those funds now? Thank you for that question. This will be the only question I will take on this matter. Why, Scott? Because it's an outright in-our-face theft of taxpayer money being distributed to traitors that fucking stormed the Capitol and tried to kill senators and congressmen? Could that be why you're only going to answer it once? Fucking cunt of the devil. President Trump is a great American who has endured more than 10 years of nonstop weaponization. No, he hasn't. He's a goddamn criminal. You're defending a crime right now. Again, it's got to be supernatural. I mean, just, and I knew it would be like this. Vlad Putin style, in your face, fuck you, I'm just going to steal your money. And boy, is we seeing it. And Scott up there, saying it's great. I knew it'd be just like this. This is what I was saying before the election to the oligarchy, to anyone on my censored 40 views, whatever channel. And it's definitely met my expectations. I mean, we go from 1 minute Donnie talking about stealing $10 billion straight up from the Treasury in a settlement that he gets to decide, you fucking mark cunts. Because it is your money. I don't know if you know that. You sure know that when it's, welfare for black people or single mothers or something. You know it's your money then, right, son? We go from him saying, I'm going to take 10 billion. Oh, before the number was a little lower, he worked up to the 10 billion over the course of months, you fucking cunt marks. Then it's, I'm going to take 1.7. Then we find out he's putting oil money in fucking a Qatari bank account. Then we find out he's taking park entrance fee money to the tune of $70 fucking million. Minute to minute, it's a new, multi-million dollar or billion-dollar grift going right in his fucking pocket. Now we find out the board money is in a different account. Not that it was legit before. This is even worse. That's billions of dollars. All the shit I yelled before the election coming dead fucking true. I knew it'd be just like this. That's what Vlad does in Russia. He wants it, he takes it. Google has 100 million in a Russian bank account. I take that. Thank you for being my mouthpiece. Thank you for distributing my propaganda. I'll take your business now. I warned you that's what it'll be like, son. Wait till we get there. Once Donnie done with the Treasury, and he almost done with that. Google, talking to you. Meta, I told you this again before the election, where this was going to go. Vlad already did it to you because his dictatorship is long entrenched. Russia's been nothing but dictatorship after dictatorship. When has it been anything else? It's the realm of sadness, for fuck's sake. My God. Because there ain't no chance of good winning over there, boy. The Russian dictators made fucking sure of that. They kill you as soon as they fucking look at you. And that's what Vlad does. Google got 100 million in an account. Okay, that's mine now. Fuck you. That's Vlad style, straight mob corruption, where it's in your face. And son, when they do it in front of your face, you best not talk about it. Because that'll get you killed too. I'm not fucking kidding in the slightest. That's where we at. I knew we'd get here. This is what I was yelling again right before the election to all the rich people that thought they knew everything. Where's he going? Rich people that know everything. Where's he going after he loots the Treasury? There's only two options. People's personal bank accounts or businesses. Or, son, both. Gotta go somewhere. This the devil, son. He don't do nothing but steal. He proving that every fucking day. My God. He straight up sat at a desk, said in front of the whole fucking world on camera, I'm going to sue the government for, I think, $10 billion, and I'm going to keep it. Nah, I said I was going to give it to charity, but I'm going to keep it. Now I'll give it to charity. And I'll decide how much, and I decide $10 billion. He said that out loud in front of all you fucking marks. That's what level evil. That's what level thief. That's what level ruin for this country I'm talking about. My God. Trump at 9 a.m. I will blow up Cuba. Trump at 2 p.m. I will blow up Iran. Trump at 5 p.m. I will blow up Oman. Was this yesterday or today? I can't remember. Believe me, all these statements in a single day, 70% of Americans elected this fool to do this. Yes, he said this in one day. You cunts. Again. This ain't even in the same universe as okay or normal. This so far beyond that. He talked about blowing up 3 countries in one day. One day as President of the United States. Between 9 a.m. and 5 p.m. There's still a lot of the day left. Wonder what other abominations he spouted. Oh my God. It's incredible. The doctor. Take one deadly virus which has no vaccine, no rapid test, and no treatment. Drop it in an area with a very weak health system. Add a guerrilla conflict. That means guerrilla warfare. And there you have the perfect conditions for a terrible Ebola virus outbreak. Exactly what is happening now in DR Congo. I don't like that he's saying that. That worries me. And he's a doctor. He's the doctor. Dr. Stone. You better recognize. Back to Scott Bessent. Do you personally think it's a good idea for the president to put his face on American currency? Again, the president doesn't do it. The House and Senate have to do it. No, it's the president doing it. He wants it and everyone knows it. And of course the Senate will vote for it. Of course the House will vote for it. They don't want to piss off dear leader. They've been giving him everything else. That's why we're in this fucking nightmare dystopia. Again, look, none of this shit happened before Donnie came along. That's all I need to know about where the source of all this is coming from. No, it's not other people doing it. It's a sociopath that's wanted to rule the world his whole fucking life. He's dreamt of it. He didn't have Hitler's speeches next to his fucking bed for nothing. That's not normal either. That's not even close to normal. That's someone who dreams of being Adolf fucking Hitler. And he is now. Too late. No stopping him now. That's what I was yelling. I wasn't yelling for fun. And again, I ain't other broadcasters you watch, son. I know things. I knew this 10 years ago again. That's why you should listen to me. The doctor, if you don't fear Ebola, you are not brave. You just don't know what it is. Son, I got to add to that. Or sir, I'm not going to call the doctor son. You either don't know what it is or you stupid. One of those two. You don't minimize Ebola and you don't fuck around with it. You don't get laissez-faire. You hear of an Ebola outbreak, you send teams and you get the fuck on that. The world, that's what you should do. We do not want that going around the globe. There are ways that we can't think of that it could transmit. There could be a contaminant in food, in something, anything that a lot of people touch. It doesn't have to be coughed in your face. There are ways, son. if this shit ever goes around the world. And again, that the doctor's commenting on all the time, and he thinks about it a lot. I've been thinking about it a lot my whole life, ever since I found out what it was. That bothers me, son. The fact that Donnie and the fucking brainworm smackhead fired everybody, liquidating those salaries as well, worries me, son. The fact that it's a fucking apocalypse. And why not have an Ebola plague? Make a round trip around the globe. Why not? For fun, right? It's the apocalypse, right? So I'm worried about it, and so's the doctor's son. That's what you should really be worried about. He's worried about it. It keeps him up at night. That's what he said. Oh, this is the picture from the assassination attempt. I forget which one. Not the last one. The one before that. And it's the ghoul grabbing his, you know, one of the most amazing pictures ever. It came up today, so I was like, why not just, revisit it? One of the most amazing pictures I've ever fucking seen. The ghoul. Back to Scott Besant. I wonder who asked this question. How close are you to figuring out who's funding Antifa? They're seriously questioning the Treasury Secretary about a group that does not exist, that was designated a terrorist group by the Reich, who are terrorists. So they can call me and you Antifa if they feel like it. And then we're a terrorist. And then we lose all our rights. And this group that doesn't exist is being asked about by the press at the White House. We've made substantial progress. I think in the weeks and months ahead, we're going to have a lot to report once we make it up. We're going to demand that nonprofits know their grant recipients. Antifa doesn't exist. I've been talking about going after people that fund Antifa. That means rich liberals. You're a target. I told you a long time ago, and they've mentioned you a long time ago. You know Antifa doesn't exist. They know Antifa doesn't exist. I know Antifa doesn't exist. Yet they're mentioning you as funders. George Soros. What does that mean? They're going to come after you at some point and say you're funding Antifa. For the peasant level, if they don't like you, they feel you're an enemy of the Reich, they will call you Antifa. There go your rights. There goes your life. Scott's just letting us know once we make up the story, once we pick the names, once we get it all nice list put together. We're getting that as we speak. I'll get to that. Another round of your and my information. Israel's Netanyahu says he has ordered the IDF to seize 70% of the Gaza Strip. At this point, we're fully in control of 60% of Gaza, and my directive is to get 70. Audience yells for him to get 100. Netanyahu says, wait, let's go in order. First 70%, let's start with that. So that means he intends to take it all. Israel had withdrawn to 58% of Gaza after the ceasefire brokered by the U.S. last October, but has steadily expanded control to over 60, maps show. That's from Channel 12 in Israel. So Bibi intends to take it all. Back to Besant. You said it's up to Congress if Trump's face is on a 250. But the Post reports it's actually two political appointees from the Treasury who asked agencies to be ready to do that. I don't really understand that Post article. Terribly written, terribly edited. We prepare for everything. That means they're right. And Besant doesn't want to talk about it. And that he was lying in his previous answers. And he's trying to disparage the Washington Post or whatever Post he's talking about by insulting them instead of just admitting he was lying and it's really a different process and Congress ain't gonna have a say. Because Donnie's a sociopath who wants to rule the world and he wants a currency with his face on it in your fucking pocket or, son, digital wallet. Told you that way back. Donnie decided to head me off at the pass and put his face directly on currency, hard currency. The digital he did right before he got elected, or right before he took office. So I expected that. I didn't expect him to triple down and just put his face on hard currency, 2 coins, bills. You know, for the 250 celebration. That's why. That's why we're going to have a living president's face on our currency. Just for a celebration, I'm sure. Not because he's Adolf fucking Hitler. And the world's about to get more ruined than it already is. We've already had enough bombings and war. There will be more, much more. Greasy Pete Thale has temporarily relocated his family to Argentina, enrolled his children in school there, bought property partly due to Thale's concerns about the U.S.'s future. Per NYT, the story is Pete doesn't like the direction it's going. And everyone online in their infinite wisdom, not a one of them knows what I know. Not that I'm some genius. I just studied in a different area, that's all. And I feel certain things sometimes. And I'm always right about the horrible things. Unfortunately. I hate that. I can't express how much I hate that. Everyone online in their infinite wisdom is laughing. Ha ha, Pete. Pete's running away. We're winning. He's losing. Just like when Greasy Pete, Leon make the argument that Hitler was a socialist over and over again, or the right-wing grift machine does, everyone gets online in their infinite wisdom and says how stupid that Republican senator is, how stupid that Republican congressman is, how stupid that Leon scum is, how stupid that Greasy Pete is. They're so dumb. They think Hitler was a socialist. No, they preachin' Hitler was a socialist for a reason. Because they Hitler. Do you understand that? The right-wing movement has always been Hitler. Do you understand that? That is the movement they latched onto. The white supremacist nationalist one. Just like Adolf fucking Hitler. So they need to make the argument. And the right-wing grift machine before them, before we ever knew who Greasy Pete was, or Leon Scum, when they were younger, back 20, 30, 40, 50 years ago, when they were still making this argument, the right-wing politicians in America, the right-wing grift machine, the pundits, parroting it as well. So dumb rubes that don't know history would parrot it too. And not equate their movement to Adolf Hitler, the right-wing nationalist movement, racist movement. You know, the Klan votes are. That's what I mean. It's those evil liberals, you know, the ones that Hitler locked up first. They're Adolf Hitler. Well, that would have been hard to do from prison, son. Because that's what happened to them. The liberals, the socialists in Nazi Germany, they got rounded the fuck up and locked the fuck up. So they didn't turn out to be the fascists, son. Your people did, the right-wing white nationalists. And many went along, just like today. There's many ethnic minorities going along betraying their people every day, all day. A lot of them wearing masks. Betraying their people every second, every day for that bounty money. Same shit over in Germany was going on. Jews betraying their people, you know, collaborating. Others collaborate. People betraying their country by collaborating with the Nazis. It took over almost all of Europe. That was going on. So that's why that argument had to be made. They weren't stupid, those Republican politicians, for the last 70 fucking years. Leon Scum and Pete Thiel are not stupid when they make that argument. They're making it for an agenda, and now they've succeeded with that argument, built on the backs of politicians for decades that are older than them. MTG went to Costa Rica. MTG was high up in the hierarchy. She obviously knows the plan. She was hoping to capitalize on it, but Donnie threw her under the bus. Donnie's building a bunker, an armored shell, and a golden dome. Over his house. Not yours, son. You're just paying for it, dumbass. That's all you good for. Most of the cabinet lives on military bases. Greasy Pete just went to Argentina where the Nazis went. No, this ain't 1945. It's 1941, son. Everyone online making fun of this. And I'm just looking at these people. Are you crazy? You can't see the writing on the wall? This some kind of victory? Is you kidding me? We got 4,000 data centers, son. You think that's for nothing? We got a flock camera every 10 feet, or a flock station that records much more information than just a picture of your fucking license plate. Oh my God, it records so much more. And stores so much more. Everywhere you look, they're all over the place. Think that's for nothing, son? You think MTG went to Costa Rica, Pete Thiel went to Argentina, people, the cabinet live on military bases, Donnie's making the highest priority this ballroom and bunker? For nothing. Because we're winning? Oh, no, son, that just means something bad about to happen. That's all that means. That's a bad omen, Pete going to Argentina, actually. That means they're quite far along, and Pete want to get out of Dodge before people hit the streets. Because Pete knows what's coming. He's one of the main architects of it. He getting all the welfare, son. Your money again. Whether you live in Britain or here. Or Canada. Pete got their money too. So when I see this headline, I ain't laughing and saying, oh, we're winning and Pete's fleeing the fucking scene because he's losing. Oh, the exact opposite, son. You got to do the equation. Donnie's bunker, plus MTG in Costa Rica, plus Pete Thiel in Argentina, plus the entire cabinet living on military bases, equals, we're fucked! Fucking cunts! That's how I see it, as everyone else is fucking laughing, saying we're winning. And look, Pete's running away. Oh no, son, they about to unleash some shit on us. As if they haven't already. They've deployed our military, sent masked men to kill us, kidnap us, arrest, harass us, cause chaos, beat people up, steal their property, rape people. That was the opener, motherfuckers. So imagine what the next leap is, especially since Greasy Peaches fled the goddamn scene with billions of your fucking welfare dollars. Ain't nothing to celebrate, son. We fucked. And we been fucked since January 2020 motherfucking 25. And we riding this to the goddamn abyss. And I hate you. Okay. Midterms coming up in a few months, son. You think Donnie and Pete and the Ghoul and Bovino, you're not here no more, but you can still go to the fucking Hague. And Nome and Bondi, you think they committed all those crimes right in your fucking face, those murders, those kidnappings? You think Donnie and Pete committed those war crimes? Abject, in-our-face war crimes, the whole world knows it. Stole a nation's oil, kidnapped their leader. Did you think they did all that so they could watch as a blue wave happens in fucking November, son? Are you that naive? Everybody out there, major political pundits still think there's going to be an election, son. Is you crazy? These people would all go to prison for the rest of their fucking lives. And they know it. Why do you think they were so brazen and laughed at us? They murdered 2 people and rewarded the people that did it. And again, that's the very short list. I could go on all night with the crimes of the pig murdering, kidnapping Gestapo. Do you think they did all that, little children out there, so they could watch a blue wave, Donnie get impeached? In the Senate and Congress, son, I'm talking. Hegseth can go to prison the rest of his life. Bondi can go to fucking prison. Nome can go to prison. Bovino can go to prison. Do you think they did all that so you could do that to them? You fucking fools. Again, why I've been yelling for 10 fucking years. Oh no, son. Pete's in Argentina. You're fucked. Midterms in a few months. And Pete went to Argentina. What the fuck does that tell you? They would never do all this and laugh in our fucking face and reward murderers that murdered U.S. citizens if they ever intended to leave and allow you to fucking prosecute them. You're fucking insane if you believe that. Or if you're crossing your fingers hoping for the fucking midterms will fix all this. Oh, son, you haven't been paying fucking attention. You better wake the fuck up and recognize. That's a real bad sign, Pete taking off to Argentina. That's a real bad sign. The Commodores. Oh, God. This is their account on Twitter. The Commodores will not be performing at the Great American State Fair. Our music has always been our voice, and we choose not to publicly affiliate with any single political party. We support the betterment of all Americans. I am sure it happens. It has nothing to do with Donnie specifically. It's about endorsing any political party. The Commodores, I believe you. I believe you. Donnie lost another one. Oh my God. Okay, we're at the big moment. And before I begin, I must say I hate you again. Because this is the end of America, the end of the world. And I can't believe this is a fucking apocalypse. This the motherfucking Antichrist. And this is reality. This video been going around the internet all fucking day. It's everywhere. And it looks like this. I wish I could give you the link And I wish I could have showed you the video, but again, Google, the adjudicated criminal, is collecting IDs, biometrics, and stuff like that. And that's what they want in order for me to post more than 4 times a day, and to especially to post links outside of YouTube. They allow me to put my PayPal up, which I'm surprised. I guess they got pissed me sending you the videos. I'm sorry, there's short videos on Twitter that make the point and show the event. They don't have that on YouTube. It's the only reason I do it. I'm not trying to trick people into going to another site. You jealous fucks. Anyway, so they're collecting biometrics and IDs and all that, and that's what they want, for me to post more than 4 times a day and show links or give you links to these videos I talk about. I'm sorry. I apologize for the adjudicated criminal Google. The video looks like this. You'll see a Coast Guardsman or something with his back to us, and he's standing with some other men. And what the video shows is Donnie getting out of the limo, and he's got some people over there, and they're feet from the guardsman, and there's this enormous square white pillar at the White House, I think it is. And Donnie walks away from the group of people that are around him by the limo. 2 or 3 people, maybe 2. One opening the door for him. And he goes over this big pillar that this guardsman and there's a few other people standing on the other side. The opposite side of Donnie. Limo's over here, they're over here. And Donnie walks over to the pillar and he starts touching it. And he looks over and he knows he's being filmed. And why is he doing this? Because he's shitting his diaper. He knows he's about to shit his diaper. He's already begun. He needs to get away from these people. He's trying to have a moment away from everyone so he can shit himself. So when we see often Donnie walk away from everybody and kind of go off in his own direction, maybe it isn't just dementia. Maybe it's the little boy. He understands I'm about to shit my diaper. Let me, you know, not do it around everybody. Let me have a moment. Let me hide it. So he's touching the pillar. He's moving his one leg. I can tell he's already begun shitting himself. He looks over again. He's annoyed. There's a camera. He knows he's being filmed. Then he goes behind the pillar where the camera can't see. And you can hear the noises. And they are loud. And they are echoing of him shitting himself. The guardsman even reacts to the sound. Everyone reacts to it. You can tell they're discussing it. You can tell they're shocked by it. It's written all over everyone. It was written all over Donnie's body language. When he went over to the pillar, I knew exactly what was happening. Once I realized. Because the first time I watched the video, I didn't have the sound on. I often watch videos without sound at first and decide whether I want to even go that far. At every few seconds, not even few seconds, once a second, about 9 different times, the person that posted the video put this little box that said BM1, and then BM2, and then BM3. Each time something happened, and I'm watching this with the sound off, and I'm like, what the fuck, BM1, what is this? I go back to the video later in the day. People are cracking jokes about it. I'm like, what the f... I watch it again with the sound on. Then I hear it. And I see the guardsman react. I watch Donnie's body language at the pillar. Then he goes behind it. Obvious he wants to get out of camera view. Obvious. He's got something to do. He can't be around. He can't be on camera. He can't be right next to somebody. He needs a moment. And he already begun shitting himself before he touched it, right, and he looked over, and then he went behind the pillar. And you hear about 9 times these disgusting, loud, just him shitting himself. It's horrific. And all day, people are cracking jokes about this. Videos all over the internet. No one's saying it's fake. One of you, and I could tell by Donnie's body language and everything, he was shitting himself. That's why he went off camera. That's why he went behind a pillar. He had already begun before he got to the pillar. He knew it was coming. It was going to be bad. He needed to get away. And that camera pissed him the fuck off. One of you, later in the day, commented and you said that video's fake, but it's funny as hell. I'm so glad you said that. Because no one else was saying it was fake. So I do a search. I see what people are saying instead of just being on Twitter looking at it. I go to the internet and I look for people that have written about it. And several outlets did write about it. Snopes did a fact check. I eventually went to that. I wanted to be sure. Even though I know Donnie wears diapers, you can see the diaper under the suit, just like a small child. When you put clothes on a small child and he's got a diaper on, or she, you can see the puff of the diaper under their clothing. Just like Donnie. He's fat as fuck. You can't hide it. It makes him look twice as big. So we all know he shits himself. It's not a fucking secret. So let's put that to bed, that part. What I saw on Snopes, I was not impressed with. And Snopes, I've noticed over the years, has done people a solid sometimes, especially presidents. Especially Donnie. In other words, Snopes don't always tell the truth. Most of the time they do. They do Donnie a solid sometimes, and they did him another one here. And it's obvious. I'll get to it. The Justice Department has subpoenaed social media companies for the names, addresses, and banking info of users who have criticized ICE. So they want to shut your bank account off eventually, like they did to the people in Europe that Israel's mad about on the international court. That's where this is going. The websites will be all too happy to turn it over, which we should sue them and the government for right fucking now. We are idiots for not doing that in a class action lawsuit. Just want to let you know that. More lists being made of you and me online, what we say and do. I'll definitely be on it. My God, they all want to see me dead. Probably first name on the fucking list. Kidding me? So just understand what's going on. And yes, every website will already turn it over. They already did it round one when the government just asked. We should have sued them then. Now there's a subpoena. Should sue them anyway. It's illegal as fuck. It's a violation of every fucking right we used to have. And they build in a list. And they want an update on that list they were already given by every tech company. And that was before they got a subpoena. So that should tell you where all this is going as well. When they're making lists like this. That's a Reich, son. And we fucked. And a lot of us are going to end up on this list. And one day they're going to take action. Either cut us all off the internet and our bank accounts and everything. Round us up on top of it. Who knows? It's going to all those places. And they telling you in advance. And every company going right the fuck along. So think about that before you spend your money at these companies. That they turning your shit over. For the asking. They've already done it once. I already did a story like this months and months ago. Now there's a subpoena. Your name's going on a list for future use. Regretful cities are literally covering their flock cameras with black trash bags because they can't figure out how to immediately exit their surveillance contracts or get the cameras taken down. Well, whatever you got to do. them up, whatever. Yeah, people are doing that. These are covered up. Some towns are getting rid of them. Not many. I wish we had a chance, but I don't see a big enough fight against this. I'm glad some towns are saying no, but most aren't. Most are saying more. We want more. More control, more surveillance, more ability to oppress the people. Trump's DOJ is seeking the names, addresses, banking info of Reddit and X users who criticize the admin's deportation policies. You mean the Gestapo that murders U.S. citizens? Those people? Criticize them? Bovino's a goddamn murderer. He's just as responsible. Miss Gnome is a goddamn murderer. She's just as responsible. If Miss Pirro is protecting murderers, she's just as responsible. Donnie is the original source of sending these people out. He is Adolf Hitler. This is his dream. He is a goddamn murderer. He is just as responsible. The subpoenas came from U.S. Attorney's Office in Washington, led by Trump ally Janine Boxowine Pirro. The users still haven't been told what crimes they supposedly committed, and their lawyers say it looks like more like an effort to scare and silence critics than a real investigation. Well, I wish some lawyers would get on that and sue. This is, I mean, a violation of every fucking right we used to have. Cops ain't even allowed to look at you unless there's suspicion of a crime. Do you understand that? If they research you in any way before there's suspicion of an actual crime, they are violating every right you have. That's a surveillance state. That's information they are not granted access to via the Constitution. If they suspect you of a legitimate crime and are doing an investigation, yeah, they can look into you. If not, they violate your fucking rights. They making lists of people on social media for nothing. You didn't commit a crime. I didn't. Google did. The Reichs committed many. What Miss Pirro's doing right now is a crime. Stalking, harassing, threatening. Building this she has no right to. Legally. Constitutionally. Donnie's an adjudicated criminal, rapist, defamer, fraud, pedophile. Not an adjudicated pedophile, but he should be. Amazing. It's raining. My apologies. Adds to the ambiance. The doctor again. I downplayed COVID at the start. I was wrong. I downplayed it a bit myself. And I was wrong. I downplayed the hantavirus. I was right. That's the doctor saying that. I'm sounding the alarm bells about Ebola. Hope I'm wrong, but I don't think I am. I'm saying the same thing. I said that same shit to you. I'm worried about it. I hope I'm wrong, but I don't think I am. The doctor's saying it too. That worries me. Milli Vanilli will not be performing at Donald Trump's Great American State Fair either. That's another act gone. If you can call Milli Vanilli an act, they didn't sing. It's a fake group that doesn't exist. The fake group that doesn't exist will not perform at the Nazi rally. Let's see what they have to say. Official statement from the real Milli Vanilli regarding Freedom 250 featured performer. The real Milli Vanilli? I thought you guys weren't real. You didn't sing. I don't understand how there's still a Milli Vanilli. And one of them's deceased, isn't he? So how does that work? Just throw a new dreadlock guy in there? In fucking spandex shorts? God, it was so cringe. Spandex nut shorts and dreadlocks. Oh my God. It was a fucking horror freak show. Oh God, here we go. This ain't even a real group. The original real vocalists of Milli Vanilli, Jody Rocco, Linda Rocco, Brad Howell, John Davis, and Charles Shaw. That many vocalists where it was only supposed to be two dudes will not be performing their hits live. See, that'd be so strange, seeing the people that actually sang it sing the songs instead of the two dudes dancing around. Like, what's fucked up is I'd rather see the two dudes dancing around because that's the way it was presented to me. It won't feel real if it's these other people that sang on the recordings. It'll feel so fucking strange to me. I wouldn't be able to, it would irk me too much. So they're not a real group. I'm sorry. They're not going to be performing their hits live at the Great American State Fair. Others using the name Milli Vanilli that appear on the advertisement should be considered a tribute band. Who could dream this up? A fake group that does not exist. One of them is deceased. The Reich says to us, we got the fake group Milli Vanilli that doesn't exist to perform for our celebration. Son, listen to what I'm about to say to you. They didn't even get the real fake group. They didn't even get the real fake group. A Milli Vanilli cover band presented as Milli Vanilli, which doesn't exist. This is some fucked up, oh my God. How is this a thing? I hate you. A tribute band with no association vocally or musically to our sound or songs. Milli Vanilli was one of the most popular music groups in the late 80s, early 90s. Their first album, All or Nothing, sold over 8 million copies. Those songs were catchy as fuck, I gotta admit. I still sing them today. Yeah, I can't help it. They're just stuck in my fucking subconscious. And all of the singles released from the album made it into the Billboard Hot 100's top 5. Girl, you know it's true. Girl, you know it's true. I love you. You can't help yourself. I'm gonna miss you. Blame it on the rain. Yeah, yeah. Baby, don't forget my number. The group was put together by music producer Frank Farian, also behind other groups such as Boney M. LaBouche, No Mercy, and used vocals from singers Brad Howell, John Davis, Jody Rocco, Linda Rocco, and Charles Shaw. That's a lot of people to play two dudes. Look. Milli Vanilli, a group that doesn't exist. The Reich presented to us that they're going to perform, even though one of them's dead. I haven't looked into it. I don't remember him dying. Maybe I did. I don't even know. I guess he did. If there's an entry in the dictionary for a fraudulent lip-syncing group, Milli Vanilli would be the picture there as the definition in all of our minds in modern history. They don't exist. The Reich said, we got Milli Vanilli, that doesn't exist. One of them's deceased. The group that doesn't exist is saying the group that the Reich is presenting to you is a cover band and not the group that doesn't exist. Only the devil could make this a thing, right? Donnie lost another one. Oh, yeah, there were, I didn't waste your time with it because I knew it was bullshit. There were rumors in the Twitter sphere from the Reich put out by Donnie that there was a deal imminent again. We get this once a day now instead of twice a week. This is the Hormuz letter. Iran rejects today's Axios report claiming, oh, Axios is just throwing their credibility in the fucking gutter with whatever they've decided to do the past, I don't know, 6, 7 months, past year. Oh my God. I will never take them seriously again. They do this, again, twice a week. It's like clockwork. We get an Axios headline. Deal imminent, says Donnie. How many times do they expect us to fall for? How big was the check, Axios? It must have been nice. I've never seen an organization throw their credibility in the fucking gutter faster. So you must have got paid for it. You had to. I hope so. Shit. Iran rejects today's Axios report claiming a U.S.-Iran deal or MOU has been reached, saying Axios is fake news. They used Donnie's line. The Iranians, holy fuck. That's a quote, son. That's a quote. They meant to say that. And Iran, here's another quote. Will not sign any agreement that does not align with our interests. In other words, we set the terms. Fuck you. And Axios is fake fucking news. That's where we at, where Iran's saying shit is fake news. And Donnie's the liar. And Axios is the liar. They know damn well before they printed this it was a fucking joke. But the 19th time Axios has printed an article saying there's a deal imminent because Donnie said so. I hope the check was worth it, man. Explicitly rejecting the current deal terms, Iran also does not accept the proposed 60-day ceasefire extension due to continued violations. Will respond to any further violation of the ceasefire. That's another quote, per 2 members inside the negotiations. Iran's supreme leader has also not approved or agreed to the agreement or terms. So Donnie was straight bullshitting us, and Axios was straight bullshitting us for the millionth time, and Iran's still running shit. That's where we at. Nothing's changed, basically. Navy's still too scared to go in the street. Morris Day and The Time, Young MC, and CNC Music Factory have already dropped out within 24 hours of the lineup announcement for the 250 celebration, the America State Fair, or the Concert from Hell, as I called it. So they lost CNC Music Factory, too. Delaney Hall, an ICE facility in Newark, New Jersey, has been in the news lately because of the deplorable conditions. Let's read an eyewitness. I went to Delaney Hall ICE facility in Newark, New Jersey. This is Walter Masterson. The detainees are not just on a hunger strike because the food has maggots. People have also died. There have been 2 miscarriages due to the denial of medical care. The detainees are also on a labor strike. The facility doesn't hire maintenance, forces them to maintain the facility for $1 a day. That's called slavery, in case you didn't know. They also sometimes don't even pay them the dollar. That's straight up slavery. You're not even giving them a wage in any way, shape, or form. Not that $1 a day is a wage. That's slavery. You might as well be giving nothing. And the rich, greedy cunt fuck that owns the prison sometimes can't even give them $1 a day. Only one place for a cunt like that. It's called the fucking lake. Just because they're prisoners, just because they committed crimes, doesn't mean you get to enslave them now. And if you're going to enslave them, worthless cunt of Satan that owns this prison, this concentration camp, at least pay him $1 a day, you goddamn animal. So that's what's going on. That's called straight up modern day slavery, and that's what the prison systems has been in America for a long time, and a lot of it's been privatized for a long time. And even the municipality sanctioned ones, especially in the South, they got road crews, they don't pay them shit. They work them like animals. That's slavery. It's modern day slavery. Under the guise of restitution. Disgusting. Modern day concentration camps as well. And the cruelty's the fucking point. And they're going to get a lot crueler. Don't worry. I mean, hell, they already sent masked cunts out and shot a woman in the face. Shot a man in the back 10 times. That's after they disarmed him. Because they real brave dudes. All charcoal, son. Every single one. And don't try and turn to Jesus now, because I won't believe it. I agree with this person, and it's something I noticed a while ago. And I've been bringing it up here and there, and I brought it up way back at the beginning, because it kind of looked like to me, when Leon was firing everyone in air traffic, in the airline industry, that they had jurisdiction over. I was wondering, son, are they about to restrict travel at some point? Do they not want people to be able to leave? Cunts? Mark Wayne's got a genius idea. It's the result of generations of inbreeding and evil and an imp called Satan. Brought us all the way here. To where a cunt named Mark Wayne is running the Gestapo. Trump's DHS Secretary Mark Wayne Mullen just announced that they are drawing up plans to block all international flights into blue cities like New York, LA, and Chicago as punishment. That will ruin the economies of those places. It would ruin the economies of the airlines. There's nowhere to divert all those planes. Those are major airports. People don't want to go to the sticks, assholes. They want to go to Chicago, New York, LA. The big city. They ain't looking to come in fucking Montana, asshole. So there goes the airline industry. Already killed them pretty much by a couple are shutting down thanks to Donnie's tariffs and war. They can't afford fuel anymore. It took all their profits. After all that, they've utterly ruined the flight industry. Got the Gestapo walking the airports. Did you notice that, son? I did. Now we talking stopping international flights to major airports. As a punishment. What did this person have to say about it? They're called constans. As I've said, this is all part of a larger plan to restrict air travel in or out of the USA. The crazy guy in sunglasses said that a while ago too. He noticed back in the beginning how they were just ruining the flight industry. Then they hit it with the oil thing. Killed it. Killed 2 airlines already. Done. Now they got the Gestapo walking the airports. Now they got Mark Wayne drawing up plans to stop international flights from coming in. I don't know about you. Even back then when this all began, with the firings of everyone, Leon dismantling the airline industry, I knew where they were going. And I agree with this person. I explained a dictatorship to you. They can't just allow anyone to leave. Because once people started getting killed and all their rights disappeared, there would be an attempted mass exodus out of that situation to somewhere else. The dictator can't have that. He'll be left alone holding his cock and no one to exploit, kill, steal from, rule, ruin their lives. He can't have that. That's why the Russian side of Berlin, you are not allowed to leave. Unless you had permission. The American side, you can do what the fuck you want. Now we on the Russian side. America's dead. It's over. They can't have us all having the ability to leave. And leave Donnie here holding his fucking mushroom. That's not how dictatorships work. I don't know. It sounds like Mark Wayne trying to put the final nail in the coffin of the airline industry. And he needs these major cities broken financially for some reason, economically. Not good for us. Let's read this one more time. As I have said, this is all part of a larger plan to restrict all travel in or out of the USA. I can not agree more. And I said that back in the Leon days when Leon was co-chancellor. Remember that? Before he got the black eye. Remember Leon's son telling Donnie, fuck off, you ain't the president, my dad is. Fuck you, get me some juice. Remember that? I was saying this back then. It's kind of looking that way. Conveniently, if they call you Antifa, try and flee in an airport, conveniently they got the mass Gestapo already there patrolling, waiting for you. And they'll have the list before you get there, don't worry. Well before you get there, son. Martina McBride has declined the concert from hell. Let's see what she has to say. This is her account. I would like to talk to you and clear the air. I will not be performing at the Great American State Fair on June 25th. I was presented with an opportunity to perform at a nonpartisan event, but that turned out to be misleading. I asked lots of questions and was assured this was a nonpartisan event that was meant to celebrate all 50 states. In my mind, I thought this was a great way to celebrate the states and also bring people together in a way I thought music can. I saw it as just a bigger version of so many state fairs I've performed at over the years, celebrating community and what makes each state special. Sounds fun, right? Wholesome even. Yesterday things started changing, and what we were told is in fact not what is happening. I've spent my entire career singing songs about real people with real issues. I've been blessed with this opportunity to be the voice for those who have felt like they didn't have one. It greatly upsets me that any fan who has been moved by my music may now feel like I'm abandoning the meaning behind those songs. I assure you that is not the case. I appreciate every single fan who has reached out. I hope to get back to the DC area very soon. Martina McBride. She could have just wrote one sentence. Yeah, I don't want to be associated with Donnie. I don't want that. Well done, Miss McBride. I can respect all the artists that are saying no. It's well past that point of any artist wanting to be associated with Donnie. You should know better. a lot of people will not like you after that moment. And that will make all the work you did on your career over the decades fucking worthless. Miss McBride understands that. Young MC, CNC Music Factory, Milli Vanilli, even though they don't exist. They all understand that. Good choice. This random person just wrote this sentence and I thought it was fascinating and I made it the title of this video. Their name is Ramin Nasibov. Humans will soon replace AI. And I was like, wow, that's fucking clever. I like that. And, you know, they wrote it like a headline. Humans will soon replace AI. Interesting. I like it. Clever. Way to turn a fucking phrase, son. This is Snopes. I told you earlier about Donnie shitting himself on camera. The whole world got to hear it, see it. We got to publicly witness, and I'm sure we've seen it before. I've pointed out several times. Donnie, in the middle of a speech, all of a sudden, one night at a rally, went, oh, he shit his pants, son. And it was obvious. We've seen it in public before, but this one was a horror show. I couldn't believe how loud it was. I was like, oh my God. An excerpt from Snopes and their fact check. While the video is authentic and shows no signs of digital manipulation or any indication it was generated using artificial intelligence software, neither did it provide any clear evidence that Trump soiled his pants. Yeah, because he was behind a pillar shitting himself. That's why Donnie went behind the pillar, so we couldn't watch him shit himself. The noise proves it. His body language and him shitting himself before he went behind the pillar, that proves it. To me. I know what I was looking at. As there was no way to independently verify the claim, we consider it unfounded and have left it unrated. But they're implying that it's not real. But Snopes is straight up saying, we can't say for certain it's not real. So everyone out there saying it's fake, I don't know about that, son. These are the fact check people, and they're saying unrated, but they're intimating that it's fake. No, son. They're doing Donnie a solid, and they're saying unrated, and we can't say either way. But they're hinting, they're trying to help Donnie out here. What did they just say to you? No sound was added, no AI. They can't detect any tomfoolery with the video, sound, or image. I saw and heard the evidence, son. My God. So did everyone else. And Snopes can't even say it was fake. They're saying it was unfounded, though. They're trying to say it was fake without the evidence that it was fake. And they're Snopes. What does that tell you, son? Snopes contacted the White House to learn more about what Trump was doing and saying while apparently inspecting the columns. He wasn't inspecting nothing, son. He was shitting his motherfucking pants, and everyone knows it. Inspecting the columns. We will update this post accordingly. This is the weakest shit I've ever seen Snopes write. And I've caught Snopes a few times trying to do someone a solid. They can't even go as far as saying, we're saying it's fake. It's not true. In their attempt to do Donnie a solid. As the farthest they can go, son. Unrated. They're trying to help Donnie here, and it's obvious. They have zero evidence that it's fake in any way. And they're admitting that. And they're saying the tape or audio hasn't been tampered with at all. Go watch the video, son. Even people in the comment section of this Snopes thing, even they were saying, yeah, I'm sorry, Snopes. I just gotta say straight up, he was shitting himself. That's what everyone saw. We all know it. We ain't buying this. No one is saying it's fake. That's why I was surprised when one of you said it's fake. I'm so glad you did. I wasn't mad or upset in the slightest. I was like, you know what? Let me go check. And then I found this. So glad you said that. Photographs on Getty Images, a credible image repository. I'm thinking of the Coast Guard's been hearing the sonic booms of Donnie abject shitting himself. And his response, I'm sorry. Whoo! This the Antichrist, this the end, and he wears diapers, and he shat himself in, I don't know what to call it, epic. He shat himself strongly in audio and video on camera in front of the whole public. And Snopes can't even lie and say it's fake. Go watch the video. It's so loud. It's so disgusting. It'll make you vomit, but watch it anyway. Photographs of Getty Images, a credible image repository, show Trump touching the column. There's a video. We don't need Getty Images. The moment occurred after he returned from visiting Arlington, May 25th. They say this is the source video here. Snopes does. This video is farther away. You can't hear the sounds. It's because the video is farther away. The other video is closer. That's why you can hear it. The other reason you can hear it because it's loud as fuck. Donnie knew it was going to be bad. He needed to get away from people. He walked away from the people to the pill. He wanted to be nonchalant, low key, but he's the president and he's Adolf Hitler, so everybody looking. The camera was on him from a bit of a distance. And he knew that. But this was an emergency. Donnie can't hold it. That's why he wears diapers. And again, it's not from old age. We ain't making fun of an old man here. He'd been wearing them for decades. Cocaine. He needed to get away from the two people by the limo. He needed to get off camera. Badly, very strongly, quickly. It was going to be bad, and he knew it. So he meanders to the pillar and starts just touching it, trying to be nonchalant like a little child, shitting himself, leaving the group, hiding the fact that he can't, he knows he's going to lose control and shit his pants. He doesn't want to get made fun of by the other kids. He doesn't want his mother and father to know. He wants to be nonchalant. He doesn't want to run and let the crowd, the herd, know he's about to shit himself, that they should look. He doesn't want to draw attention. So he meanders over. He looks over at the camera. What do I do? What do I do? I'm about to shit myself. It's going to be epic. It's an emergency. The diaper ain't going to hold. Everyone's going to hear it. It might be loud. And he kind of shook his leg and he already kind of begun shitting himself. And then he looks over at the camera. He's pissed. He's got to get off camera. He goes behind the pillar. And then you hear it. And you see the reaction of the guardsmen on the other side of it. I mean, it's so loud. This is all stone. Think about it. I've been in structures like that. Architecture, stone, big columns, and a cutout in the opening where the limo pulls up. That's gonna echo like a motherfucker. You're in between walls of stone that are at distance. Nothing to absorb sound. It's an echo chamber. It was so loud. And whether those noises are real or not, Donnie went back there to shit himself. And I think those noises were real. From the reactions of the people around the situation. And Snopes, they can't even rate it. And they said there's absolutely no tampering with that video. This video, again, from a further distance away. That's the source video, they said. I don't know about that. It's bad, man. And I watched this video to make sure. It doesn't have the sounds, though, but it's obvious from a further distance back than the video I'm watching. The one I gave you the screenshot of. Farther away. Or maybe, before she put this video up, Miss Kelly Meyer here news, maybe she edited it. Right now, this is the weakest shit I've ever seen, Snopes, right? Obviously trying to do Donnie a solid. I'm sorry, what else am I supposed to walk away with here, but it's all real. So, we got to see, live on camera, the whole world, Donnie literally, utterly just shit himself. Mr. Alpha Male, I've been hearing for so many years, all that alpha talk. And I would always make the joke, do alpha male shit themselves? Is that all I had to do to be an alpha? Just put a diaper on and shit myself in public? Now I'm an alpha male? We got to literally see it. It's incredible. Even the source video without the sound, that's further away. It's the same video. It's obvious what's going on. The kid needs to get away from the herd and he needs to get off camera because he's about to shit himself badly. And he knows it. And it's obvious he was trying to be low-key about it. Go watch it again. The Antichrist. The end of America. Think of that, actually. When you picture the end of America, picture this image. Donnie walking over to the pillar nonchalantly, and you won't notice, as he begins shitting his diaper. And he realizes he's got a lot more to go, and it's going to be real bad. And he looks over, he realizes he's on camera. Remember Donnie looking over at the camera with some shit in his diaper from that moment. And he knows there's going to be a lot more. Picture Donnie looking at the camera, being kind of upset about it. And then, fuck it, I'm just going to go behind a pillar and do this business. Think of that when you think of the end of America. Because you're here. And I guess that's a perfect metaphor for it, isn't it? An old man with one foot in the fucking grave who always dreamed of being Adolf Hitler, shitting himself because of drug use in front of the whole world, repeatedly. This time live on fucking camera. That's what the end of America looks like. And I hate you. And don't take the mark. There might be shit on it. Have a wonderful evening.